All right, good morning. Welcome back to Twin Stick Garage. Today's episode, I'm going to put the Snowman truck outside. Because I want to work on the Trans Am today. Smokey. We'll let the liners warm up a little. I love this truck. Only smokes when she's cold. All right, so like I was saying, oh, look at all the smoke in here. I want to work on the Trans Am today. Now the big goal is going to be I've got some guys actually coming over to help me remove the front and rear glass, because again the goal is going to be to paint the car from the inside out. And then I also want to work on rebuilding the rear differential. Got some cool stuff from Quick Performance, and that's going to be the goal, to get that thing all rebuilt and buttoned up and ready to go back in the car. Well, actually, come to think of it, my daughter's high school car show is coming up here in a bit. So, maybe what I'll do first, I know I get easily distracted, maybe what I'll do first is hook onto the Snowman trailer, because I got actually invited to bring the Snowman rig to the show. And any excuse to hook these two together is a worthwhile effort for sure. Man, this truck sure shifts easier than Dallas's cable connected shifter in his cab over. Man, that thing was something else. There. That should be in. Yep. Look at those mud flaps. Oh, that one needs a little air. There. Okay. Give the trailer a little bit of oxygen. Should probably do a service on the trailer too. I haven't greased it and adjusted the brakes and all that stuff since last year at the Lesko show. And I guess give that one tire a little bit of wind, as Peg says. The Snowman rig is together again. That's looking right. I mean, how cool is that? Sweet. All right, so as you step on the brakes and the brake shoes go against the drum there and they wear, this gets thinner. So as this material wears and this brake shoe gets thinner, the S-cam has to turn farther and farther to apply the two together. So what you do is you take this slack adjuster and you adjust this nut here. You adjust it the wrong way. You adjust the nut to take the slack out, and then I like to go a quarter turn off. It's usually pretty standard. And sometimes you gotta wiggle the nut there to get the collar to come out to lock it in place. And then that's it, that's adjusted. So back when I was hauling gravel, we used to do this every morning because we did a lot of city driving. And they would be out of adjustment by the end of shift, or by the end of the day. Okay, a little grease. Never hurts. Not a little much. Okay, I'm gonna do that 3 more times. Oh yeah, I missed this guy. The other thing I like to do is see if there's any water that's settling in your air tank, so give that a little blast. It's dry, so that's good. This is making me want to take this rig for a ride. Should we? Yeah, why not? What a feeling. I love this setup. The only thing that would make it cooler is if there was a Trans Am out in front of me and a Buford car in the back. Just because I can. Good buddy, because the Snowman is coming through. Oh, there's a hill. You know what that means? Why build them if you're not going to use them, right? first run of the year. Get out and take a quick little peek. Make sure nothing's on fire. Yeah, it's looking good. Nice. All right, I better get back home, back to work. As much fun as this is. Hill, you know what that means. Good morning, Alberta.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Rides like a Cadillac. Yeah, boy. Now to back this mess in. And what was I doing again today? Oh yeah, TransAM. All right, so I figured I'd just lower the car down. So Brady actually, he reached out to me on Instagram and he told me he's got his own remote glass company and he offered to help with my project. So that's just so minty. The Twin Stick fan base is just fantastic. Everybody is so generous and always wants to help out old Twin Sticks. So that, I'm really grateful for that. It's really cool. So yeah, I'll lower this down. That way we can at least get at the glass front and rear. Now the chrome, of course, the chrome trim is not movie correct. So what I might do when we pop all the edging or the trim around the glass off is I'll take that, because I don't think it'll fit in my, well, I know it won't fit in my little oven there that I was using for powder coating stuff last year. So I might just take those to a local powder coater and get those done in black so they're ready to go when we put the glass back in the car. But I'm pretty sure the glass is reusable, assuming it doesn't crack when Brady and I try and take it out of there. But yeah, I'm sure he knows how to do that without doing any damage. So that'll be coming up later in the episode when he gets here. And for now, I think what I'm going to do is start tackling that rear differential. Okay, so next up is the goal that I originally set to accomplish today, was to get this back differential in tip-top condition again. So this is an 8.5 inch Chevy Posi. I think I did the math on it. It was like 323s. And if you were calling that up, so when I pulled this out, I pulled the cover off, and the gears were all chewed up as well. So this thing was garbage. So I reached out to the awesome folks at Quick Performance, and they sent me some new axles because I took some dimensions. Again, I've got a Willwood brake, but when you order the Willwood brakes, you actually have to take some dimensional checks. So I actually pulled these axles out in order to count the splines, and I had to see, well, they were C-clips, different style. And I had to take some offset measurements to make sure that the Willwood disc brake calipers and setup would actually fit on here. So when I did that, I actually noticed that the splines on the existing shafts, existing axles were worn out. So I got Quick Performance to send me some new ones. So I'm looking forward to taking a look at these, because when that engine gets finished from Butler Performance, that it's going to be putting a lot of horsepower back here. So I wanted to have some new shafts to put on there. Oh, look at this. Comes with new seals, a nice new bearing. Oh man, that is beautiful. Look at that. Oh yeah, and then it's the C-clip style, which is an exact match. So that'll be good. Now it's been a while for old Twin Sticks since I rebuilt a diff back in high school automotives class. So I'm gonna have to, oh look at this. They sent me some, what did you guys send me? Oh, check it out. Some Quick Performance banners to put up in the shop. Isn't that nice? Awesome. And what else do we got here? Standard gear, 8.5 GM rear. Oh, this is the kit. Oh, that's perfect. All the stuff I need there, the bolts and the bearings. Okay. Oh, the new ring and pinion. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is beautiful. I did go with 390s. Now that I think about it, I was contemplating 373s, but then I thought, because I'm gonna go with a 4-speed overdrive transmission. And again, the Butler Performance is building the engine as we speak. Well, not they're building it, but they're doing all the machine work on it, and I can't wait till that's done. But it's gonna actually, so we're gonna bore and stroke the 400, so it's gonna be a 461. Should be pushing north of 500 horse and probably the same torque-wise. So I wanted gears to be able to spin the tires like the movies, because Mrs. Twin Sticks was asking me, again, this is gonna be her car. I want a General Lee eventually, but she was asking me how to do a burnout. And I said, once this car is finished, all you gotta do is push that little skinny pedal on the right. So I wanted to make sure she was able to do that whenever she wanted. So I wanted to go a little bit more of a heavy stump puller gear, so I went with 390s. So this thing is gonna just smoke tires all day long. Pontiacs are known for a lot of torque. But because I'm gonna go with a 4-speed overdrive automatic transmission that I'm gonna get from Butler Performance as well, that should be able to calm these gears down a little so it's not just revving out going down the highway at 120. So yeah, so 390s is what we're going with. Kinds of close to wear for the summer. Quick Performance. Oh, awesome, thanks guys. Okay, what else do I got? This is the Yukon Gear Grizzly Locker. Oh man, let's take a look at this bad boy. So this is an 8.5, 8.6 Duragrip Posi composite clutch. Oh yeah. Now what do they give you here? Some limited slip friction modifier. Okay. Oh, isn't that nice? Yeah, so if you want to do anything with your differential in your old car or truck, reach out to the guys at Quick Performance, because they've got all of the goodies. Look at this. That is going to be nice. That is going to smoke the hell out of those tires, just like the Bandit. Can't wait to install all this. All right, so first up, what I'm thinking is I got to clean this up, and what I might do is get some Por 15 on there to try and neutralize and stop this rust. Now I was talking to the guys at the paint shop, and they were telling me that Por 15 is really good for actually sticking to rusty metal and treating it and stopping, kind of neutralizing that rusting process. However, it doesn't have any UV protection. So if you just put Pore 15 on and you don't put a regular, paint on top of that has UV protection, it'll break down. Because I've seen Easy Rider 359, he put Pore 15 on a lot of his components on the back of his Peterbilt, but I don't know if he put any paint over top of that. So what ended up happening was it broke down over time because of course the sun wrecks everything. So theoretically this is underneath the car, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about UV light, but I think what I'll do is I'll put Pore 15 on it and then I'll put some Trend Cloud over top just to be sure. So Brady and Brett from Exclusive Auto Glass stopped by to help me out with the Trans Am. We just took a look at the cab over and the Peterbilt to get some dimensions for the glass on that. We're gonna put some wicked bus glass in there. But today the goal is gonna be trying to get the glass out of the Trans Am. So you guys think that won't be an issue?
No, it'll be pretty easy. We'll get that done for you, no problem.
All right, well, let's take a closer look. All right, so the original, well, I don't know if this is an original windshield or the guy that I bought the car off of just replaced it, but you were taking a look at it and you think it's a little bit scratched up?
Yeah, the wiper mark on the driver's side, you're not going to really be able to pop that one out. It's pretty deep.
Can you actually buff stuff out, buff scratches out? Because I've got a few scratches in the T-tops, and rather than trying to find new T-tops,
You can.
as long as they're not too deep.
Is like what you would use to polish or glass out, things like that. There are different tile kit compounds you can buy online too.
And it's just like a buffing wheel, like
yeah,
when I was buffing the
different
Snowman?
grits and compounds, exactly, and you just keep going finer and finer
Okay.
and finer until you have perfection.
But you think this should just be replaced because over on the other side there, it's too much?
Definitely. The other thing you got to worry about with glass, because it's so transparent and you're looking through it, whenever you sand one area of it, you got to do the entire thing, and evenly too, because you will create optical illusions in your glass.
Yeah, and I'm probably not that even. Because even when I polish the Snowman, if the sun's just right, you'll be like, oh yeah, he didn't do a very good job on that particular spot. But yeah, so maybe just order a new piece of new windshield.
For sure. The back window appears to be in really good shape. It doesn't appear to be scratched up or anything like that. Hasn't seen an ice scraper throughout winter, so it's going to be a good saving grace on your part there.
Okay.
And that definitely looks like the original part for sure.
No kidding. So all the way back.
And this is definitely older, and you can tell that it's aged because this would actually be a dark blue color, and it's faded from the sun.
Oh yeah, because it's darker over on the driver's side.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like what you would get with something a lot more blue.
So it's almost like the bus glass.
100%. Yeah, and as you can see how it fades from lighter into darker as it goes up the edge.
But then it's even all the way along.
100%.
Oh, so just little clips?
Yeah. These are plastics. You're going to probably want to look into getting some different ones.
Okay.
Online.
I was wondering, because the movie car actually had black trim instead of the chrome.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of taking this to a local blaster and getting it powder coated black.
Yeah.
Because that's metal, they could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as
That's
they
anodized aluminum.
Yeah, anodized aluminum.
Yeah. So you might have to, depending on the process, remove the anodized.
So these guys break pretty easily then?
They have that potential. Some
Oh,
of
I
these
see,
have
they
been
just come right off
replaced.
of
new already, yeah.
Yeah.
See, like that one's new. That one's new.
Oh yeah, they're whiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can get more of these.
It's still on a butyl kit. So this is ancient.
Yeah, that's old, yeah.
This is probably, I'd imagine someone probably tried to do this themselves because it's not particularly difficult when you're dealing with butyl. The world's kind of gone on and it's like adhesion technologies into glass. A lot of people are doing with urethane now.
Okay.
But in that sense, as you can see with the sun, and the chrome is meant to protect UV from destroying the adhesive.
Eating into that, yeah, okay.
But these things are like always notorious for eventually with sediment building in behind here and then using pressure washer, which was not a thing when this car was made originally. You end up blasting into this.
Yeah.
A butyl stays sticky forever, so if you put your fingers in there, you can actually feel it's like sticky tack still.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? Now, this will sweat oil in the sun, so when we cut this out, you'll see potential of seeing some staining at the bottom of the dash, which is pretty cool to see. And that's something that's unique to cars pre-70s.
Okay.
Because 72 originally, it would have been in 1972 from what I understand. I'm a nerd when it comes to this. That's where GM with the Oldsmobile Cutlass had teamed up with DuPont to make it structural in the unibody.
Ah.
So that's where like gluing glass really became a thing. And then now with
Because it couldn't move.
CSA and crash rating and things like that, you're going to see that a lot more as things glued in. even when you get into big cabs, like with On the Hunt episodes where you see you going through all the new style of cabs with the big one-piece glass, it's actually a big structural component of that cab.
That's surprising to me that glass could be structural to a cab.
Yeah.
But you're saying that it's thick enough and solid enough, and when it's glued in, it actually helps to...
And it takes the inertia too. So like when you get hit, like the energy's got to go somewhere.
Sure.
Temper's designed to absorb and implode
Crumple.
as it crumples.
Yeah.
Laminated, and its structure when you're rolling and things like that, like it's going to take a lot of the twist of this, and it's designed to sacrifice itself for you.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's part of your crash test rating too. The other one too is airbags.
Sure.
And things like that. That's where it gets really exciting now. And the other one too is just the technology of lambing. Like, you know, it's pretty awesome stuff. Saving this one compared to the back is going to be a little bit more challenging because you're dealing with two pieces of glass that are sandwiched together.
Really?
And
oh
then,
yeah, I could see that if I look close.
Yeah, so it's like 1.5 mil on 1.5 mil with your lamination in the center, or sometimes thicker depending on when it was made and the technologies. When you get into like really, really old cars, you'll notice the glass is super, super thick back when it was really curvy and in gaskets. And that was different types of how glass was made back then versus now. So truly, you probably couldn't really remanufacture that part the same way because you're dealing with float glass versus plate.
Interesting.
Things like that, yeah.
You're pretty knowledgeable, man. That's impressive.
I mean, mark that I was just thinking of, and I've seen it done on an F-150 OBS, is you can just wrap that black nickel.
Oh, I can buy that, or?
Just take it to who does wrapping, and they can wrap it black nickel.
Oh, wrap it. Oh, okay.
Because your edges are all going to be seamed in underneath the window anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'll talk to Tony, my wrapper, the guy that wrapped the Snowman trailer, and I'm sure he could easily do that.
And then you can, anything you want to accessorize black nickel at that point, you could.
Yeah.
Quite easily.
And it would be real shiny. It would look real good.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's going to hold up pretty good too. And it'll probably be cheaper than resurfacing.
Yeah, I like that.
To
get the anodized crap off of there. Yeah.
Ask any 10-year-old Dodge guy, and they'll tell you.
Right on. Are they the same clips in the back here?
It should be similar. Like the front's universals.
So they just pop straight up then?
This is metal clip. Yeah.
You think this is original back here?
Oh yeah. I don't think this has ever been screwed with a day in its life. Maybe the trim's been off for someone to fluff and fold it, but that's about it.
So is this another two pieces of glass, and that's how they get the wires in between?
No, this is one solid piece of glass that they heat up into a kiln, and then they super cool it, like using turbines from a jet. So it instantly cools, and then what ends up happening is you have two contracting forces. So imagine like two pop cans, and there's pressure from those pop cans pushing out, and you have two pop cans like this, and your force is pushing them in. That's this glass at all moments in time.
Wow.
So anything that would break the contracting forces explodes. That's how you have tempered glass, where it blows up into little tiny kernels.
Squares or whatever, yeah.
And that's designed so that if in the event it falls into an occupant, you're not going to get hurt. You might get some scratches.
Instead of shards coming out
when
you drop a piece of glass on a window or a frame or something.
Exactly. So that's why, like in an incident or an accident, like you're going to have the inertia, and you don't want that inertia throwing glass around.
Yeah.
That's not a good time.
Huh, cool. So then you obviously have a special tool to, will this be butyl as well?
This is definitely looking like it's on an original butyl kit. So we will do it the old school way, which is how I like to do these things. So nothing gets hurt or damaged. We'll cut it all out by hand using the same type of tools, just upgraded a little bit with technology.
But you're basically just slicing underneath it.
Yeah. So I'll show you the knife here in a minute.
Okay, cool.
And these look like they've been replaced at one point in time here. Because they're pretty shiny down there.
Oh, okay.
Stick back together.
Oh yeah, I just see the metal clips.
And then there's that.
Okay. Oh yeah, they just slide right in there. So I can just pull them all out of there when I'm painting.
Yes.
Okay.
They're kind of put on with like what looks like a stud gun from factory, where they actually put like a little tiny stud into the pinch weld.
Yeah, it looks like a little nail.
Yeah. and they're just spot welded on. You can replace them, and what you all see in a lot of Resta mods.
If it's really rusty, they come out of there. Probably.
Exactly, and then people just replace them with a self-tapping screw.
Yeah, suppose that would work.
All right. Yeah, they're soldered on, but it's like old school stuff is silver too, so you're not gonna find it either. So what we'll do is we're gonna trim one to fit past there.
So how does it actually disconnect then?
It's soldered onto the window.
Oh.
It's part of the glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And if you disrupt that contact,
Yeah.
it'll never work again.
Sure.
Not the same. You can get the repair kits, and they work with varying results because I've used them and had great success in the past.
Yeah.
But it's never really to its full potential. So what we'll do is we'll mark that and just cut it. It's right about there. And then the blade. And when you go into it, it won't stick.
That softens it?
Well, it's just to prevent it from sticking, because that stuff's really, really, really sticky.
Yep.
So as you cut it, you end up with some residue or residual on the glass, and then the surface itself, and it's gonna wanna stick back together.
Yeah.
Not as much as it was before, but definitely wants to again.
So it's just a little knife that's getting in behind there.
Yeah, and so all it is a knife that's got a taper to it. So you have a flat edge, and that's what you're gonna have here.
Yeah.
And then a tapered edge, which is your cutting edge, and you just gotta make sure it's really, really sharp. Now the other one too is like this is now you're gonna be your controlling force of pivoting this way.
Yep.
And this is your force of direction.
Oh, to grab and pull. Yeah.
Yeah, or either direction, push forward or pull back.
Oh. Hot knife through butter.
Yes. For me, I like to urethane back in.
So just urethane it.
Because then you know it's going to be sealed up.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit stronger because
Yeah.
it'll be more structural now than anything else.
And hopefully never have to take it out again once the car's done.
Exactly, but you can also, using the same methods and some slightly more aggressive methods if needed, you can still remove it and reuse it.
Well, now if we're gonna upgrade, do I gotta scrape all the old stuff off of there? it's bare
Ideally,
metal?
you're going to want to get rid of this butyl.
Yeah.
Because this stuff here will clog your sanding blades, everything up.
Oh, so get it out of there.
Get it out of there 100%.
Okay.
There you go. Setting black. And that's so it won't slide down.
Oh, it just holds it up a little. Yeah.
Yes, because unlike urethane, once it's bonded and it's set,
Yep.
it has some sag value, but minor in comparison to butyl.
But butyl, if it's hot, it's going to just walk down because of the weight of the glass.
100%.
So they put those in there. Okay, cool.
Yes, and why I'm not a fan of using popsicle sticks, because you'll get some old schoolers who are like, just use popsicle sticks, brace the window.
Yeah.
And then they rot, and then they go away, and then over time, this will sag down. I've definitely seen that. Especially with Ford trucks. Brady's a Ford guy, that's why I say that.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Ford trucks.
No, I like them too. I used to be a Dodge guy, but I'm more of a GM guy now.
Well, you guys made quick work of that. That's really nice. Now I can paint that gross red finally, and I can get at it. So yeah, I'll take all those clips off of there, and you pretty much got all that that butyl stuff off of there. It just peeled right off. Like,
Yeah, I got most of it off.
yeah, well, that's awesome. Thank you for that. All right, guys. Well, you'll definitely be back again. I'll need a new windshield here. I need new windshields in the Pete, new windshields in the cab over. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with you guys. So thanks again for stopping by.
You betcha. Thank you.
So once again, you need any glass work done in the Alberta area, give these guys a call. They're awesome. All right, so now that that's done, I could finally get working on the differential.